I'm very excited today to bring you this case study of a B2C client in the software and sports events niche. Now, we have achieved some amazing results for them, driving around 45k signups, that's app installs for under £1 and leads for under £2. Now, in this video, I want to walk you through the exact strategy that we've implemented for them, that we've used to drive these leads at these costs, and we're going to dive into some of the metrics as well on the ad platforms, and I want to show you the optimization strategy that we've used to drive these results. So imagine this: you're a startup, you have ambitious growth targets, ambitious revenue goals, you want to drive a lot of signups. We're talking tens of thousands of signups at scale in the B2C niche. You're trying to get lots of app installs out of this, and you're trying to get attendees for ticketed events. But the problem is you don't have really a lot of budget to spend on this, and especially you cannot afford a high cost per lead or per install. Now, the strategy that we've used is we've used a reasonable ad spend of about 65k, and that's spread out over several months, of course. And we use this to show the ads to 13 million people. Now, the ones that are interested, they clicked on the ad, so that is usually just a small percentage. And that led to 12,000 app installs, and that led to 33,000 leads. The cost per lead of £1.74 and a cost per app install of £0.67. So these are some pretty amazing numbers, I would say. These leads that we've generated for them also converted into revenue. So here are the data from last year. We spent around 40k on the lead campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, and these leads converted to 220k in revenue. So that's around a 5.5 times return on ad spend. Similarly, on TikTok, we spent 13k, that converted to just about 50k in revenues. That's around 3.7 times return on ad spend. Now, we actually saw up to a 10 times return in some months in the previous year, and this number has reduced a bit because we've increased ad spend and we're now driving a higher volume of leads at a higher ad spend. We also did some retargeting for them. So we set up an email campaign, we set up a website chatbot, and we set up a chatbot on Instagram, so that as well drove additional leads, and these leads also converted at additional revenue. Now, the first thing of a successful campaign is coming up with ad designs that will work to convert the people that view them into taking action. These are the designs that we run for them. So these are app install ads. Now I have a designer on my team to actually do these designs. So you see we've done some mock-ups here. We're trying to use imagery that resonates with the target audience. And then we've got we have sales copy in here. So I have a copywriter on my team to write sales copy that will resonate with the target audience. We usually try to focus on a problem or a goal, and same in these ads as well. And then we have some lead ads here too. So these are, some of them are videos, others are single image ads. And again, we want to drive action. We want to drive people that view the ads. We want to drive them to click. And when they click on it, if they click on the app install ads, they'll be taken directly to the App Store or the Google Play Store listing, and they can install the app there. If they click on the lead form ads, and this is the fun that I want to dive in a little bit more detail, they are taken to a landing page. Now, we have tested several landing page versions here, and I want to show you two of these. So the first version that we've tested here is a version with sales copy on the left-hand side and a longer lead form on the right-hand side. So this has several lead form fields. Now, this usually means that if people have to fill out multiple fields, and this usually increases the quality of leads that are coming through. On the other hand, we've tested this landing page. This has a video on the left-hand side to qualify visitors, and a shorter lead form on the right-hand side. So a shorter lead form means that more people will be willing to submit it because we're asking for fewer information. However, it can sometimes affect quality. Now, for this client, the second page actually performed better. When they submit their details, they are coming through to another page, to a sales page with more information on, and they're also able to schedule a call here when they are ready. Most leads are not ready, and what they instead do is that they message the client on the social media channels. Now we made a bot here to qualify all the leads that are coming through organic messages. So now this also includes, of course, messages that were not coming from the ads. Many of these messages were not coming from the ads, but we designed this bot to collect email addresses, to collect additional email addresses. And now this specific bot actually qualified around 60 to 70% of all the messages it got, and it collected their email addresses and also collected phone numbers. So whether they're coming through on one of these landing pages from the ads, whether they're coming through a bot, we also had a website chatbot set up that was also collecting leads. We then wanted to enroll them in a longer email sequence. So we've written copy and set up ads, set up emails in MailChimp and email sequence there to send out additional information and drive people to click on these emails to come through again to a landing page, consume more information, and eventually, when they're ready, schedule a call with the sales team. Now, the reason as well why this client was able to convert this many leads into such a high revenue was because they were very proactive in following up with all the leads we're generating. So they really tried to call or get in touch on their social channels via email with every lead that we sent them. Now, I want to dive into some of the campaigns that we've run on the different platforms. Just a brief overview now, and then we're going to dive into the metrics on some of the ad platforms and the optimization strategy that we've used there in more detail. So these are the app install campaigns we've run on Facebook and Instagram. We've run Apple ads as well to generate app installs, and we've run Google ads for app installs as well. Now, for the lead ads to generate leads, we ran most of these on Facebook and Instagram. So this is where so these campaigns have driven around 26,000 leads here, a pretty good cost. Now this is Australian dollars, so this should be around £2 per lead. We've also driven them on TikTok, and we also ran a small campaign on Snapchat ads as well. So overall, the average return on ad spend from the leads that we generated through the ads was around 500%. So that's 5 times the ad spend, converted to revenue. So that was around 5 to 6 figures in monthly conversion value that was driven by the leads. And of course, the client was very happy because of this. So here's a review for them on Upwork. They left us a 5-star review there. And they wrote recommendations saying, amazing growth markers, an absolute pleasure to work with. Lucas is super organized and great with paid ads, websites, and other growth marketing initiatives. Highly recommend. Now, I just want to mention that if you would like to see similar results, then my team and I can help you do this. So if you're interested and want to find out what strategy might work for you, whether you want to use a lead generation strategy or an app install strategy, or there might be a possibility to drive direct sales as well. If you want to figure out what might work for you, then please, I would invite you to schedule in an introductory meeting with me, and then we can discuss what strategy might work for you and how we could help you implement this. And now let's dive into some of the campaigns, and I'm going to show you some of the optimizations that we've run on the ad platforms. So here are the app install campaigns we've run for them on Facebook and Instagram. Now, what has actually performed best here is an automated app ad campaign. So that is using automated targeting. Now, the only thing that we did do here is we set a cost per install target. So we set a bid cap for this. Now, this means that so if had we not set this bid cap, then the cost per install could have worked out a bit higher. Now with the bid cap set, now we actually set this a little bit higher than the client's budget per install. That's because some of the installs are coming through at a lower cost, some are coming through at a slightly higher cost, and then on average, we sort of got the cost per install within the client's budget of exactly $1 per app install. So that's Australian dollar here. Now, we also tested manual app ads, so these have started to perform a little bit better actually. And now within this campaign, we tested out a variety of creatives. So these are performing a bit better as well because we've made some new creatives that we're testing out here for the client. So as you can see, so a lot of them are turned off, and that's because they either didn't perform well or the other ad creators just performed better. We also ran Apple ads for them. Now, Apple ads is a little bit different here that we've specified keywords. So these ads are showing up when people are searching for related keywords. We plugged in a bunch of sort of sports related keywords here. For the leads campaign, so a lot of the budget went to the leads campaign, and this has really driven the most results in terms of conversions. These have all, and most of them have come through the Facebook and Instagram lead campaigns. Now we set up a two-stage funnel here. So that's two top of funnel campaigns. So there's one that's targeting a variety of regions in different areas of the world. And there's one that's targeting the United States and Canada. So as you can see, the leads from the US and Canada are coming through at a slightly higher cost, and that's because the market there is just a bit more expensive to advertise in. If we take a look at what we've done within these campaigns, so we've tested out a variety of targeting options. So that's interest-based options, that's lookalikes, that's some broad targeting as well, where we let the algorithm decide who to deliver the ads to. And then we've turned off the ones that were not performing well, or some of them have stopped performing well. So we always turn them up, and then we keep the best performing ones. And then within each ad set, we test out a variety of different ad creatives. Similar on TikTok as well. So here we're actually just running a prospecting campaign on TikTok. We now, of course, we have the TikTok Pixel installed. We have the Meta Pixel installed as well, and we also have the Snapchat Pixel installed, and that allows us to build retargeting audiences. That also allows us to build lookalike audiences. So here on TikTok, we were actually using a lot of lookalike audiences. We started out with some interest audiences to get initial traffic. But because we're driving a really high number of traffic and a really high number of results here, we're very quickly able to then start using lookalike audiences, and these have then outperformed. On Snapchat, similar story here. So this was just a small campaign that we ran on Snapchat, but just to show you what this looks like as well. So we tested out 3 different ad sets here because it was a small campaign. And then we were using some interest targeting. So we're just targeting sports fans here, and that turned out to perform at a really good cost, but broad targeting as well, because we already have a lot of traffic coming through from other platforms as well, and a lot of traffic that are driving through the Snapchat ads as well. The algorithm, the pixel, is able to pick up a lot of data, and that also improves the targeting. Now, if I have piqued your interest with this case study, I would like to invite you again to schedule in an introductory meeting with me on this initial consultation. We can discuss what strategy might work for you, what ad platforms might work for you, what campaigns and ad designs might work for you.